And we're back.
Holy shit. What's up, everybody?
Oh. What's down, everybody?
What's
Everybody says
oh,
what's
no.
up, but nobody ever thinks about what's down, you know?
What's left, everybody? I am.
What's left?
I'm left.
You're right, actually.
Oh, I'm very much not right.
Wait. Oh, I'm talking on the screen. I'm talking on the screen.
What was left
Oh,
after
no,
mankind
true.
blamed the beasts?
Breathe. In and out.
It'd be funny if you said, "No, I'm left," and then the entire overlay on Vaughn's stream just swapped.
No.
That would've been
I
good.
left.
No! Oh, we don't have a DM anymore. Oh,
Oh
okay.
no!
Holy shit.
Get it? Cause I left.
And it looks like you're right on time.
Oh man.
Hold on, there's someone knocking at my. Hold on, there's someone knocking at my door. Come in. No, please. I'm sorry. I promise I won't make any more puns. Please.
Fine.
It's all right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with y'all.
God fucking damn it. God damn it.
All right, we got some beans today, y'all.
We're in the right mood for the session we're gonna have, I feel.
Oh lordy.
Oh lordy. Well, let's start us off. I won't hold this up anymore, so I will start off with the intros. I am Leah, Amusing Thalia. I am here jamming this game on Sundays. I'm playing in Those Who Wander on the other Sundays. Other than that, you can find me at my social medias at Amusing Thalia, or on Distortion Devil's channel running Cosmos Guide to the Cosmos on Fridays. If you like this, there's more of it on Thursdays on my channel. Other than that, you can find me, floating around on other people's streams, like maybe Gaius's, who's a good friend. But speaking of Gaius and that Wednesday stream, I'm gonna pass it to Clary, our newest Barrow bitch.
Oh shit, you got me as I was typing up the social post, so I'm completely off guard. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Hello, everybody. I'm ready. That is true. I alluded yesterday ominously to a new place that I may be showing up, and that is Wednesdays. I'm gonna be on Gaius's channel doing Barrow Trauma with all these clowns. Well, not all these clowns. Mostly just Thalia. I think Thalia is the only other one in that group, but it's still gonna be really good. I don't really remember how to play that game. I kind of remember how to play that game. The main thing that sticks out in my brain is I got a pomegranate tree to grow for one of my friends once who was the captain, and I didn't know pomegranates were grenades, so you can imagine how that went. I'm Punky. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Spinner, your favorite, absolutely, definitely, for sure, telling the truth superhero. On every other Saturday, you can find me on Tix Dixel's channel, where we will be doing The Lost and the Found, getting up to some face shenanigans as I play a very anxiety-ridden little scrunkly named BB Oteka. On Tuesdays, this upcoming Tuesday, you can find me again here at Burnout Vaughn's channel for Paper Mario Season 2 of the Cosmic Caper. What the hell? And sometimes on Mondays, you can find me at Thalia's channel doing either Nier or other stuff. It's not always, I'm not always there, but I'm there most of the time. Actually, I'm there like some of the time. My hit rate has gone down recently because I've been busy, but I try my best. Otherwise, you can find me at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/punky_o_o. I have not started streaming on my own yet, but if you would like to follow me for updates, you can do so there or on my Blue Sky, which is at punky, PUN-KI. Drink more water, break more rules, read more comics, and Molly, it is your turn.
Oh, hi, it's me. I'm Molly Yermovo. I play our lovely writer, or Holly, in this wonderful game of Threadbare Suits. You can find me at Retrospectacles on Blue Sky. I draw and stuff, and I hang out with these lovely people every other Sunday. Yeah, that's everything that I've got. I will pass it over to Skelly.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Scaly Alpha. You can find me at Twitch and Blue Sky under the same names. Currently working out the schedule for next week. It looks like there's going to be a day next week where I hang out with cool pal Ari while we do some art together. Thursday, me and Hat are going to sail the seas now that I have a better controller. We finally returned to Sea of Thieves. And Tuesday, as Clary mentioned, we're going to be hitting up a new season of Paper Mario that I'll be running on this channel. There might also be another channel that it might crop up as well in the next couple months too. I might be running 2 campaigns at once. Who knows?
Oh.
And other than that, quick thanks to everybody on the support for the surgery funds. It's going very well. Everybody keeps shouting it out, and I very much appreciate it. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment for it, so fingers crossed things keep going well. And that's really it for me. I will pass it over to you, Leah.
I think I already went. I started
did?
this off. I think we're all the way back to Vaughn.
Oh, it's to
now.
Vaughn then. Okay, yeah. I'll hand it over to Vaughn. I like do the pull away fake, like, and then nope, go to Vaughn.
Oh, great. I wish I had a basketball metaphor for this, but I played football. Hi, you already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Burnout Vaughn, over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. As said, Tuesday, we've got the beginning of Cosmic Caper 2, where someone here might be playing a totally legitimate business person. We'll find out. We'll find out. But aside from that, then, we will, I believe we still have on both a student's detour through Baldur's Gate, which should be on Saturday, and I also believe we have Those Who Wander on Sunday, so keep a lookout for that. That's everything I've got on the docket, so now it's time to take us in so we can have our drinks.
Should be back. There we go. I was almost dead on with that timing.
Wow, crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we get to start off with a few things at the beginning of this session. One, y'all's team goes up by 1 as we start a new session. I'll throw in a little background music, while we discuss this really quickly. 2, I want to go across and figure out. I believe I know who this is, but I still would like to double check with everyone. Vaughn, what's your potential at, and how many times have you advanced?
My potential's at 3, and I've advanced once.
Potential's 3, advanced once. Clary.
It's 1 advanced once.
Potential 1, advanced once. Got it. Momo.
I think I'm. Let's see. I'm potential 1. I think advanced twice.
Twice, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And Skelly.
Potential 1, advanced once.
Potential 1, advanced once. So, because 2 of you, Skelly or Clary, either of you can volunteer to do the recap to get a potential for both of you.
Oh.
Oh shit. I can do it. You can do it, Skelly. I'm down with whatever.
You go for it. You go for it.
Oh shit, okay. Last time on Threadbare Suits, we kicked the shit out of a fascist. We like really kicked the shit out of a fascist. It was awesome. We showed up to the scene of the business. They were taking down a building. Immediately, myself, Spinner, Ryder, and Zeitgeist jumped into action, saving people from a nearby building that was going to be crushed by like a collapsing building. We did some teleport shenanigans. We were running in and out. We were bracing the building, ferried people out of there. Meanwhile, Black Mirror showed up and did some kind of recon sleuthing on our big bad, only to be almost ensnared by a wire, which was then taken by Heatsink, who received a little bit of a electrical surprise, we'll call it. Spinner showed up to give Black Mirror some deets on how to better fight the guy. Their brains together figured out that he didn't have a superpower, but instead used superpowered technology, essentially. That was stored in his gauntlets, his van braces, that let him shoot out spools of extremely durable, like metal wire that would let him like manipulate people physically or like tase them with like electrical currents. So we quickly changed our focus of the fight to disabling those. Ryder came. I forget if you came in earlier or later to try and help. I remember Zeit comes in and does some really awesome stuff. Essentially, picking him up and going to like crocodile drain all the moisture out of his body, but failing, and starting to get restrained, only to resist that and then manifest wire powers of his own in the moment, in a very cool no, actually, screw you moment. I teleported around and beat up a bunch of goons while that was going on so that they couldn't get over to help their boss. And then Ryder showed up to deliver the final devastating 7-page Muda and beat the living snot out of this guy. Once we finished, Heatsink delivered a swift kick to the ribs of this man who was unconscious. I did too. Maybe a couple too many kicks. Ryder got a little uncomfortable, but it's okay. I got to kick him in the balls still. And now we're all going to get some drinks. Happy ending.
Happy ending. Hell yeah. Well, that is easily worth a potential for both you and Skelly. So feel free
Thank you,
to
Bunky.
mark yourselves down.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Alrighty. With that being said, I have one more piece of prefab notes just for something for my sake. I am going to have all of you just roll flat d6s. All right, or 2d6s, whichever is easier on from your sheet, or just typing it in.
You got
But
it.
it has to be contiguous. So yeah, just roll the 2d6s since that's very easy. Okay. Black Mirror, 7.
I was about to say, Zeitgeist and Spinner make
Zeitgeist,
one Black Mirror.
7 from Spinner.
Oh,
You know, I'm
Damn,
glad I
well-
had this extra rule in the back. I had a backup rule for this. So, for if two people rolled the exact same number. So, the place you're going to, the Wayward Souls Sanctuary Bar, is a large, kind of older establishment. It's been here for a long time. It maybe like the name has changed or its purpose has changed, but the building itself is quite old, at least for America. And as you all are approaching the kind of low brick lower half, the upper sort of old wood panels are stained with various alcohols from the outside and inside, and the the dull sound, I should say, because it's muted, of music is kind of slowly beating outwards. And that's where we're headed to. There's going to be one scene beforehand. But before we get there, of the three sort of main genres that this place plays, between Black Mirror and Ryder, you two get to decide what's on the music menu for today. It is going to be your options are jazz, blues, or ska. And then there's combinations of. So if you choose different things, we'll get there. But yeah,
Those are all good options.
but the choice is yours.
What are you feeling today? What are you thinking? All three of those are great. I was listening to some jazz and ska earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, I think Holly is probably more of a blues kind of gal. But I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
admittedly, we're here to celebrate, so I feel like something higher energy might be more ideal.
Oh yeah.
So I'm leaning more towards the jazz, I think.
Okay, want to do like some upbeat jazz?
Hmm.
I think that's good too. I'm down.
Well, it
Absolutely.
does. I will say it does depend on the blues because a lot of blues is more soul, more funky than
It's
some
true.
jazz. So jazz can. So it really just depends on who you're. Blues and jazz flow into each other very well. So there is a. I do. You know what? This sounds like the right option for us today. Let me see if I can get this right. This requires a little bit of finesse on my end. 1 second. I think it would be, we're going to want this one first. Two, three, seven, eight. Now y'all can say no. Is this the vibe? Because this
I
might
like
be a
those.
little bit too somber, but I'm fine. I'm fine if it's just swap it up. I have a bunch of shit in the Wayward Souls playlist.
I like this, but
I like this as well. Like I think like if we had the real upbeat jazz, like I think it might be hard to also have a discourse over it without like bobbing to the tune and stuff like that. So I like the
Mhm,
smoothness. I think fits really
mhm,
good for talking amongst each other.
mhm.
Alrighty. Well, with that decided out of the way, and with us kind of having a plan for moving forward, we are going to shoot real quick back to the site of the combat. The writer known as Sparkle has shown up and has been bubbling a group, many of the villains, many of which are handcuffed by like ice, frozen like ice binds that were made by cold open. As the group of you begins to turn back towards the bar, I should say, or not the bar, the car, I meant to say, the van that some of you drove here to arrive on scene, some of the less fast members. We see I think from the camera angle, we see Heatsink kind of walk around the side to a point where like she's out of sight of the rest of the crew, and we see her kind of lean on the side of the car for a second and kind of breathe heavy, takes a deep inhale before coming back around to the group and go, all right, which of you idiots wants to drive? And we'll toss the keys up in the air to the group.
Black Mirror would reach for them. She would probably know how to drive a vehicle.
Yeah, just real quick, catch him. Turning to face it, being the first one to speak up, you grab the keys and begin to head towards the door. Heatsink hesitates for a second, kind of unsure about whether or not to kind of follow or pile into the van as well. But before she can speak up, one of the other members of the vigilante crew that you have been spending time with, a vigilante by the name of Uneven Flow, kind of, hey, y'all headed to the Wayward, I heard?
Yes, I think. Black Mirror says, like, looking at the others, still a little bewildered at the prospect of being pulled along.
Spinner like leans in and kind of looks left and then looks right, and then leans in and is like, "Who's asking?"
Kind of gives a little bit of a crook of a smile, and looks you up and down. It's a old haunt of mine. Used to play there. They've got a nice little stage. I know a lot of the rotating musicians.
Sounds like you fit right in then.
Hey, I'm not trying to crash your party. You guys were the real heroes of the day. Nice to see the newbies actually step up.
What new? Well, you know, yeah, you know what? Yeah. The newbies are stepping up. You better.
Hey,
You
I'm
better
just
watch
saying,
out.
work in the city is different from work out here in the wash.
Yeah. A lot of work's different from each other. Only real experience is being on the job for a number of years, you know?
Exactly.
And Spinner kind of gives him a look that's like... Spinner gives him a look that's like, you think you know what you're talking about, but God, you really don't.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to have you pierce the mask here.
Sounds good. Good thing I have a -2 to that. Fuck.
Fuck, shit.
Hey, we still got a 7.
Hey, 7's better than nothing. So you get to ask one question of them. These suggestion questions are: what are you really planning? What do they want you to do? What do they intend to do? How can I get your character to blank? And how could I gain influence? If none of them fit, we can talk about it. But those are the basic ones.
I think it would be, how could I get your character to take me seriously?
Yeah, how could I get your character to take you seriously? I think that you are kind of seeing right now that they are starting to take you seriously, that they probably have a very deflated opinion of heroes from the city for whatever reason, and that you don't know, based on like just the one question that you get, but they do have a deflate. And so I think the way that you can get them to take you seriously is by meeting them on their level, uh, it, engaging with them in places where they're comfortable, actually engaging with them as a person, learning. Like, I think the way that you'll get them to take you seriously is if, kind of the reverse, you take them seriously as well.
That's going to be difficult. Heard loud and clear.
But I think the
Yeah.
two of you are almost like in that. I think you recognize that in this moment, the two of you are kind of sizing each other up, both personality-wise and also morality-wise.
Yeah, I think Spinner just kind of like one eye squinting, one eyebrow arched, and just looking him up and down. And then she like raises her hands above her head and does a big old stretch. She's like, well, I mean, I guess you could tag along if you want.
Nice. What about, it turns to you. You coming, Cold? And they kind of turn and they like very clearly chew the inside of their cheek as if they're unsure either way. They are very... I think at this point all of you can tell they could be convinced either way. If anyone wants to step in, I think before they, like, as there's that kind of awkward silence there, party animal, oh, count me in. And they're walking, they're like still kind of, there's the tinkling of glasses, they're pulling themselves out of the front of the building that they got sent through. We see them kind of, I think they like reach back and they pull just a big shard of glass out of their shoulder, and you can drop it on the ground and it shatters. Ugh. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I got like a healing factor.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Spinner's gonna like look across her like teammates to see if any of them are like getting ready to like speak up to what's that hero's name?
Cold Open. You would
Cold
know them
Open.
as the one that hangs out almost exclusively with Uneven Flow.
Yeah.
I think Ryder would be the only one. I think Ryder's the only one to have a direct interaction with Cold Open, and it was cold. It was very. They were very standoffish, and if I remember correctly, they basically just said, "We don't need y'all here."
I think Spinner's gonna like elbow Z.I.T and be like, "Come on, man, you should probably say something."
Z.I.T.'s not there. Z.I.T.'s currently doing this while hovering in the air, holding onto the luggage rack of the van for when it starts moving.
Ah, I see. Well, then Spinner's gonna elbow Ryder and be like, "Come on, you should probably say something to him, right?"
What?
I don't know. You're the team leader.
Do you want me to tell them to buzz off?
No. I mean, like, I mean, come on, come on, man. You're not gonna do this, right? Like, join us. Like, you'll have a good time. You're welcome.
I'm gonna need you to comfort or support. So roll plus mundane.
Uh-oh. It's a funny thing you asked me to do that because on my character sheet there's a big thing that says you cannot comfort or support anyone if you would trigger that move. Instead, mark a condition as you say exactly the wrong thing. So,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is Spinner's nudging Ryder like, "Hey, come on, say something," and then Spinner's gonna look at him and then probably with a little bit too much acid in her tone is gonna be like, you're not really gonna do this, right? Like, you don't have to do the whole, "Oh no, you don't want me to cut." You don't have to do that whole thing. Like, you can just join us and have a good time. Like, you don't have to stop yourself from having a good time, dude.
They're just kind of nodding slowly as you say that, and I think their faces impassive. Like they almost seem nonplussed, like completely unreactive to your immediate perceptions. But then you look over at Uneven Flow, who's making a like expression on their face, and they make eye contact. That you see Flo look over at Cold, and they kind of make eye contact with each other. Cold just kind of nods and doesn't say anything to you. Spinner just goes, "I'll see you back at the place," and begins to just walk down the street away from the group back towards the Vigilante House.
Spinner, I think, makes like an exasperated expression and then like shrugs, kind of like the guy who, like, the meme of the guy who shrugs out the window and goes, "Whatever." And looks at that and then looks at the group and is like, "God forbid I try to invite somebody somewhere. Whatever. I don't care. I'm going to have a good time." And then she just hops in the car.
Oh man.
Ryder, yeah, the Cold kind of looks, or not Cold, Flo looks towards you and goes, "It just, pun intended, takes them a while to warm up to people."
That's fair. At least from my experience in the work, maybe not judging someone for how experienced or inexperienced you think they are is gonna get you very far, especially in the world we're in now where there's weird interdimensional fascists. You guys have a good night though. I want to go drink so I don't think about the fact of being on social media later.
Oh, well, that's a fair point, but I'm gonna come along with you if that's all right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm processing everything still.
You're fine. At music venue, I'm gonna be there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, well, let's all hop in the van. Come on. And Flo just kind of like almost does the like shooing motion towards a party animal who just kind of gives him like a "the fuck man" sort of same sort of like shoulder shrug out the car window sort of like moment before they pile into the van as well. And we see, yeah, I think we see Heatsink slowly get like crawls into the back at the end. Or actually no, Heatsink would like look and go, "It's a bit packed in here. I'm gonna go check on Cold. You guys have a nice night."
No, okay.
Black Mirror would quickly lean out the window and say, it. Do you want us to bring you something, maybe?
Oh, no, I'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Thanks. Think hey, I got some alcohol back at the place. You're all good. Y'all have a good one.
Black Mirror would kind of lean back into the driver's seat and kind of there's a slight tightening grip on the steering wheel a little bit for a moment before waiting to drive.
Roll a Pierce the Mask for me, since you asked that.
Okay. Let me see. Pierce the mask. It'll be a flat 2d6.
Alrighty. With the so mark, don't forget to mark potential.
Yeah.
On a miss for Nova. I don't think any of those necessarily make a lot of sense. Do you? I'll throw it to you for a second here, and I can always fill it in. But do you feel like there's a particular, like you said, you turn back into the car and kind of tightly grip the window. Is there a reason for that reaction? Like, do we get can we get a moment inside of Black Mirror's head?
She's still thinking about the heavy blow Heatsink took for her.
Yeah. I think the fail here is I'm going to inflict a condition, and if you don't have guilty, you're going to take guilty.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, I only have angry ticked at the moment.
So yeah, the pang of guilt kind of shoots through as you're unable to kind of gather why in this moment, but you can't help but feel like it might be for that reason. Anyone else who would like is welcome to also roll Pierce the Mask if you'd like. Otherwise, Heatsink will pat the outside of the van and send you all off.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Let's see how bad this can be. Surprising.
All right, with a 8, you get to ask one question. Really, what are they really planning? What do they want you to do? What do they intend to do? And how could you get their character to blank? And how could you gain influence over them?
I would say, what do they intend to do?
What do they intend to do? I think this is because you are. I think the car is driving away now. I think she pats the outside. I think the door gets shut, and I think the car starts to drive away. And because you're on the outside, and because you're clinging to the top, you get a moment where you see her where the windows wouldn't, and no one else kind of has a good angle to see her. And you see her, what she thinks is the moment that y'all are out of sight. You see her lean against a wall heavily, and she grips her side, and she seems to breathe pretty heavy. What she intends to do is recover. You think she's in a lot more physical pain than she was letting off, than she was showing y'all.
Good to know.
But nonetheless, the car drives off, and eventually the crunch of gravel in the parking lot of the Wayward Souls Sanctuary bar kicks off, or is what we hear. And I think there's a car door opening, and it transitions to the front doors of the establishment opening. And we hear the music that we've been kind of hearing, the kind of soft, jazzy blues that are playing. But the moment that you all enter, the first person to enter, jumping out of the car, unless any of you would want to speed beat them there, because they don't have any speed abilities, Flo would kind of throw both the doors open, hands spread out wide, and the music like doesn't come to a screeching halt, but you see a couple of the musicians who are up there playing hold their hand out and kind of wave Flo over, who kind of winks at the group of you before the kind of tone and music changes, as the music here is different whenever you have Flo with you.
Hell yeah, that's so cool. What?
No, not that one. Click the wrong one. That is one of the other ones that they're there for, but not that one. Blue, Scotland blue, Scotland blue. There it is. It kicks up just a little bit more bop, a little bit more beat to it. They very clearly like make hand motions as if they're making a guitar, like as if they're outlining a guitar. And when they get up to stage, they just start strumming the air and music starts playing as if they're hitting a guitar. And after a moment where they start to hit a beat, you see them kind of almost like hold it out and leave it there, and that music continues to play as they lay down as they almost make another one, and they are playing two different guitar bits at once seemingly. And the band that's with them seems to just kind of nod and smile, and the energy in the place seems to change a little bit, from a little bit more somber to a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more maybe uneven. And a smile kind of goes across the face of the bartender, who is a character that we're going to make together. Now, the Wayward Souls Sanctuary Bar is exactly that. It was made with the intention of being a sanctuary within the Wash. There is very clearly there's very clearly a energy here of camaraderie, and you can tell that there's an entire upstairs where you assume people actually stay. This place, as far as all of you are aware, does not charge for rent, does not charge for food, and does not charge for a space to hang out. It is one of the few free communal spaces within the Wash. And it has only been able to maintain that position because of the independence and individual strength of the bartender who owns the place. That's currently all I have written for them. I have another hook if none of y'all can think of anything, but I'm gonna open it to y'all. Whoever, it's first come, first serve. What do y'all think this? What do y'all think this character is? Who do you all think this person is?
It would probably be pretty important if they have a power that's conducive to running this somehow. I would assume would be a key point.
Yeah. So what do you think? More like a protective power? More like a utilitist power? Like, is it telekinesis? And so they're like, they can pour drinks all over the place while they're just hanging out? Or is it more like, are they really good at defending the place? Like, what are you thinking?
I would think if there is a strong thing of camaraderie, then defense may not necessarily be needed by the bartender themselves. They have everybody that would rally around them.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, the idea of having a utility-like power, maybe something that can, like, create things, like, not necessarily food and drink, but maybe something similar, like, God, the thing that comes to mind is almost, like, the ability to, like, the best way I can describe it is like the fabricate spell.
Yeah. Okay, I've got it. If you and I've not got it in the sense that like I'm open to suggestions. But what do you think about them being able to? And it's a really small power, but they can affect the taste or smell of things, like the air around them, the taste of the drink that they pour, that kind of thing. Anything that they...
Oh my god, they have a synesthesia power. Holy crap.
Yeah, exactly. They can control the actual, like, how your senses interpret something. And I think it's rumored that they can use it in more, like, offensive ways. but it's very. I think very few people have ever actually seen them do that, if anyone here has.
I'm down for that. I think
All
that
right.
sounds great. What do y'all think?
All right,
I think that's
cool.
cool as hell.
Fine.
Yeah, all right, bartender, synesthesia type powers. Cool. All right,
Which
then
is
who wants to go next?
Which, for
Oh,
those that
sorry,
don't know,
Skelly, if you have more to say.
synesthesia is a condition like people have, where they, with their various like cranial nerves, pick up things that we don't like. They can taste blue, for example.
Yeah, imagine
Um,
having that. That'd be crazy. Imagine tasting colors. I say that like that because I have synesthesia.
I like how ominous it was for a second. It's like, what the? Why does Liz specifically hate this so much? That's crazy.
No. I literally experience this on a regular basis. But yeah, awesome. So synesthesia type powers. Anyone else have any other things? I'd like to get one from everyone, but we don't have to. Any other characteristic of this character?
So we just know power right now.
Right now, we just have power, and we have a kind of vibe because they're good at creating a community. They're good at making people feel welcome, and I think Skelly kind of the reason we went for the utility power is because they're it's more about the community they build around here.
Okay. So this is a very sociable person.
Mm-hmm.
Where the next thing for me is like build, like physicality and gender is like where I think my brain would go next.
Hey, someone's got to think. Someone's got to think about it.
How are we feeling, gang?
I'm thinking more for like build wise. I'm thinking real lanky.
Lanky? Okay. If when I think of like lanky bartender, I think of Groby.
Yes.
Oh,
that's where my brain goes.
And or like Dudley.
I was
vibe
gonna
in my
suggest
head.
fiery redhead because like that's what my bartender OC is. It's like I always gotta go with the redhead bartender.
Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. Lanky.
Yeah, lanky
Okay,
dude.
I've got something for that. Because they can affect how senses interpret things. I think they see the group of you walk in, and their hair right now is currently kind of like a almost like aqua blue color, and they run their hand through it, and as they do, it has almost like a flame texture to it now. Like it's kind of yellowy on the tips and red, orange in the center as they kind of run their hand through it, affecting how your eyes interpret the color bouncing off their hair.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They can affect like literally how you perceive things. As they kind of perk up a little bit, stand a little bit straighter, fix their apron, lean across the bar and smile at you. What are you thinking gender-wise, Momo?
Can I actually pitch something here?
Oh yeah, go shoot.
I think it makes sense for a character who has abilities that affects everyone's perceptions of them, for this character to be gender fluid. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think so
think
too,
this
yeah.
character would be cement in something because they could be everything, right? And why would you be one thing if you could be everything?
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. All right, so we got a sociable, lanky, gender fluid individual who has synesthesia powers. Mama, do you have a tag you want to throw in still?
Oh no, I not immediately.
Okay. I think in that case we have a character. Do y'all have any name suggestions for this character? Either real name or if they would even use a hero name, or maybe series of names. Maybe they have a few different names.
I don't know why. I don't know why just taste rolled off the tongue.
Oh,
really
that's
well.
so good.
Yeah.
You can just Flavor Town.
Flavor Town.
Oh my god.
That's their evil doppelganger.
I think Flavortown is what Flo calls taste. So when you all walk in, they kind of do the run through the hair. They lean across and smile. Flo's already like up at the bar and goes, it kind of yells. They don't have to like yell. They just almost like lean forward and speak out loud. But it sounds as if they're speaking into a mic that has a stand, and they just kind of go, "Hey, Flavortown, these folks are with me. Give them the good treatment." And the individual on the bar kind of rolls their eyes. "The name's Taste. Come, take a seat."
Black Mirror would just like gingerly kind of like go over and like sit down, like almost like prim and proper at the bar, just be very unsure.
So I'm guessing based on the and kind of leans forward to you, Black Mirror, and almost tenderly reaches under your lapel and picks a piece of gravel out and flicks it onto the ground behind them. I'm guessing based on the mildly disheveled nature of you all, you just came from work. You're the new vigilantes, I'm guessing.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Hey, bud, how you guys? They stand up and their voice completely changes. Hey, how is it doing, bro? And they clap hands with Party Animal. Usual, dude. Anytime, man. They turn around and pour a huge pint of Younglung beer to him, and then sets it on the ground, or sets it on the counter before turning back to the group of you. What's your drink of choice?
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You think?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think when it comes around to Spinner greeting Taste, Spinner I think has actually been here quite a few times before. I think I feel like I mentioned this to you at some point, Leah, but being a part of like the wash, this is kind of a local joint for Spinner, and she just hasn't said anything about it to anyone else. So she, I think, embraces Taste in like a very like gentle hug that is unlike her, and she's just like, "Hey, Taste, how's it going?"
Oh yeah, I think they kind of like Party Animal's so big, and they were kind of like looking at the group, and they kind of their eyes wander, and they finally hit you. And almost in like a sort of out of character from the kind of smooth demeanor they've had, they pop one hand on the table and they hop over the bar and they go up to you. Oh no, none of that half hug shit. Come here, babe.
Hey, Taste. Hi.
Hey, Spin. How's it going? Good to see you. Oh my god, I have you done something new with your hair?
No, this is just what it looks like after a glorious win over a fascist.
They stroke one finger through like a lock of your hair and change it to like a neon green color. What do you think?
Oh, I like that.
Do you mind? They hold their hands out, like the fingers spread.
She turns around and just like puts her arms out and goes, "It's all yours."
And they just begin running their hands through your hair for it takes less than 30 seconds to hit all of it, and it just this deep neon green color appears, and it takes their hands away. Should last about a week. Come to me for touch-ups if you need.
Oh hell yes. Let me get one of the usuals, dark and stormy.
You got it. They hop back over the bar. You see them pour, just like they have, the bar is like a bit, like, it's almost empty behind them in the sense that there's not like a lot of variety. It's just like shelves of single cheap, like easy made, not necessarily cheap because money isn't the same. Well, you are in the wash, so money does kind of happen, but easily made alcohol of some kind. Like there's quite a lot of bottles that just look like Everclear almost. Like it's just vodka or something really similar, but they pour into a glass And then they pour a couple of other things in. You see them wash their hands, and rather than taking like a stir or anything, they actually stir with a finger. And you all watch as they're stirring, it turns to a dark, rich color, and they kind of flick the finger off and slide it over towards Spin. That should be your brands of choice, but if you want any adjustments, let me know.
I'm sure it's perfect like always. And then
Wink.
Spinner looks over at everyone else, is like, you'll find the best drinks you'll have probably ever had here. So don't be afraid to get something new or the usual. And then she looks over and she goes, Tayson, when you get a second, let's get a round of Jaeger bombs for Yogurt bombs for everybody. I don't think I could say Jaeger bombs.
You got
Probably,
it.
like trademarked.
Hunter bombs for the lot.
There it is.
And pulls out a round of shot glasses. What about for you, my suited and handsome individual? Looks right at Black Mirror again.
She would like look for a moment and like consider. She hasn't really drunk much.
Oh, I do apologize.
She
Got a
would
little
say-
used to it with Spinner being here. Do you mind being flirted with?
Sure. I don't mind.
Wonderful. Gonna be
Um,
real easy with you, I can tell. Doesn't happen a lot, does it?
She would actually just kind of like grip like the bottom of like her like suit just a little bit and just like she is pretty colored in the face at the moment.
Oh, she's cute. What can I get you to drink, hun?
Surprise me. I don't have
Oh,
many
you-
drinks.
You got it. You seem like a White Russian type.
She would nod, like she seems to like recognize the name of that drink.
And I recognize a writer when I see one. What about you, handsome?
She'll like the helmet is still on, obviously, and she'll just kind of like press the. There's like a little button on the side
Mhm.
that looks like where it connects like the jaw portion with the like more head piece, and like the mouth coverage will come off. And
Oh, gorgeous, I should say. My apologies. Those bug suits are always very androgynous.
yeah, Ryder is also probably a little bit rad.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what's going on again?
Your drink, babe. What do you want?
Oh, that's a good question. Can you just give me like a whiskey on the rocks?
Whiskey on the rocks. Happy to do so. Do you have a flavor profile for the whiskey? Do you like it barrel aged? Do you like it with a hint of cherry? You can be as specific as you want. I can do it. I can do just about anything for you.
You know what? Surprise me too. I'm not picky.
Anytime. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, I recognize that face. You must be Zeitgeist.
I would say Zai is not his usual self. Like, only Spinner would probably even notice like something up. But this is probably the first time anyone's seen Zeit make contact with a surface as he's actually sitting at a stool at the bar with resting his head on the bar top, and he's just like, "Yeah, hi, bottled, canned, whatever, beers, cold, please, 3."
And what about for your little friend behind you there? As you see, what's her? Yeah, Patty. You see Patty is kind of like walking in, and she's carrying the like camera case under one shoulder, and she's just kind of like looking up at the ceiling and behind. And she's like that sort of like 3.5 to 5 feet behind you, Zeitgeist, and is just kind of like pausing there, looking around, very unsure.
Is he in the car?
Oh yeah, I got in when I saw Guys, was I not supposed? I am so
No,
sorry.
No,
No,
you were welcome along. You were welcome along.
I was just surprised.
I'm supposed to film him in case anything happens, so I was just staying
No.
nearby.
Yeah, that was like how did nobody else know? It wasn't just me, right? Like nobody else noticed her.
I'm just really quiet. I don't have any. I can't turn invisible. I'm just really quiet. I'm so
you
sorry.
Sure you don't have any powers?
None. No.
Huh.
I mean, it's pretty common. About like 75 to 85% of the population doesn't have powers.
No, I know that.
I'm sorry.
No,
Of course
no,
you know
no,
that.
you're
Of course
okay.
you're a superhero. I'm so sorry.
What do you? She puts both hands on her shoulders and just goes, "What do you want to drink?"
Do you have cranberry juice? I have cranberry juice. Yes. Okay, thank you. I'm straight edge, so I don't like to. Of course you are.
Oh my god.
Did I just fucking hit you with the straight edge?
Like, of course, but also, oh my god.
I heard the face palm. I heard the face palm.
As a little context, Clary and I had a quote-unquote friend from college who was straight edge and would let everyone know at every chance they got.
Like, voluntarily as part... literally as part of an introduction, just like, hey, what's going on? I'm straight edge. And it's like, okay, we're at the cafeteria.
It's like, okay, but with the, of course you are. Is there anything I can do to change that? I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, pours a glass of just like red liquid and then stirs it a little bit and sets it on the table for you. Well, that's you done. Zeitgeist, here are your beers. Young Lung, okay?
He's just like, immediately takes the first one, just places it against his head. Yeah, no, that's just fine.
Oh, are you... And kind of taps the forehead. You hurt? You okay?
It's a concussion. Don't worry about it. Something will take over. I just hope it's not a healing factor.
Gotcha. Well, if it's a concussion, I can at least do this for you. And they lean in. Do you mind? And they put their hands on either side of your face. Like, it's like, you know, a few inches not touching yet, but they kind of like almost go to cup your face.
He just looks up with like a look of, was not expecting this, but he's not like giving off any sense of like he feels in danger or anything. He's just like, oh, what's this?
And they slowly like close the hands over your face, and you feel your perception. It takes a second to almost like calibrate, but slowly begins to come more into focus. This isn't getting rid of the concussion, so you know. It's just altering the brain chemistry a little bit so to bypass the aspects of the concussion that are affecting your cognizance. Still recommend you stay awake, but this should make it a little bit easier to do so, and kind of pats the cheek a little bit before taking the hands away.
You'll see him get like a slightly dopey smile as he like spins on the like a bar stool to the point where he can rest both his elbows on the bar, like leaning back, still resting the like cold beer against his forehead. Just like, Dankeschön.
Bitteschön. Well, new faces here. We got, thank you for bringing Flo. Been a while since we've heard his music in here. It's always a lovely treat.
They helped out too.
I'm not surprised. They tend to stay in the back. I know they're not much one for violence, but I would be surprised if they didn't help out. What about Cold? Are they not with you?
I mean, some people just want the red carpet rolled out for them, I guess.
You would see them furrow their brow a little bit, and she actually doesn't respond to that in like a sassy or witty manner that you might expect. She just kind of almost like chews a nail and just kind of gives a huh.
I think that almost like bothers Spinner more, who then like does, I'm sure she's done this many times, where like Taste has made a very neutral statement and Spinner like taking the impression that she wants to take. Like Silver goes, I didn't do anything. I literally just invited them out and they were not happy about that.
Honey, I never said you did anything.
No, you didn't, but you said, huh, and that was kind of, maybe you did something.
Are you anxious about something?
She kind of like looks around and she's like, no. Why would it be anxious? We just beat a bunch of fascists. I did a suplex on a guy.
Anyone who would like is welcome to roll Pierce the Mask on Spinner.
Okay, I'm really
Sure.
good at that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like incredibly good at that.
Yeah.
How the
Perfect.
fuck? I have a -2!
Both of us, I also want to say, I think it's really funny, Vaughn, that both of us have -2s to it right now, and we miraculously passed on our rolls earlier, rolling 6s.
Both of you get to ask a question. So one question each of you, and it's the usual Pierce the Mask questions. So to go over them again really quickly, it's what are they really planning? What are they? And so this is at Spinner. So what is Spinner really planning? What does Spinner want you to do? What does Spinner intend to do? How can I get your character to, and in this case probably open up? And or how can you gain influence over Spinner? Because Spinner is who they are, and you can't traditionally get influence over Spinner, I'm going to insert a last question specifically for Spinner, which is how can I get Spinner to open up?
Two. One second. Yeah, I would ask, what
So,
do they want me
yeah.
to do?
Yeah. So in this moment, and this is like Spinner. This is they're doing this on your character. So the aspect of this is, what is Spinner trying to get the group to kind of do in this moment? Like, are you trying to get them to move on? And this could be intentional or unintentional, right? Like,
Yeah. I think, for Zeit, there's a couple things you read. The first is Spinner obviously wants the group as a whole to have a good time, because I think you would know this. She thinks celebrating wins is like a very important thing. She thinks it's very important to like make a big deal about getting dubs, because that makes it like better to stay motivated. And even though she like doesn't like hanging out with people or partying with people, this is one of the few opportunities that she like takes to actually like spend time with other people voluntarily. And it's kind of like using that the ease of like we did a good thing to like help her forget about the anxiety of like spending time with people normally. In terms of like what she's not realizing, it's definitely like I don't want people to think about the fact that I scared someone away.
so that is what you pick up on Zeitgeist. Ryder, what are you looking for?
Let's see. You said the unique one was to open up?
Yeah, how can you get Ryder to open up, or get Spinner to open up?
Yeah, I mean, it's that one. I'm the team leader.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna take this answer, but be a bitch. Like, Spinner needs someone to rebuff her in a real way. And I think the thing that you're reading here is that, like, the kind of, like, I think to tie it back to what I said to Vaughn and to the thing that she's trying to hide from everyone, I think in this moment you're realizing, like, the reason she maybe doesn't want people to focus on the fact that she's scared Cold away is because she was projecting pretty hard. And kind of in that same vein, like, to get her to open up, you have to kind of challenge that projection and face it head on, like force her to face it head on, which might suck in the moment, might not, but that is definitely, like, one of the surefire paths to getting her to open up.
Okay.
I would say, picking up on that, Zai would, like, push up his glasses so no one could see his eyes, and they just, like, straighten up, like, no one hear him while trying to hide the fact he might be making a groan, as he's immediately like, okay, Polly, over here. So this is what you actually want to do here, okay? You don't really want to record any of us, at least the sound right now. What you want to do is just film us doing things happily. You know, this is B-roll.
Oh, B-roll. Got it. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, now, and then once everyone's a little
she
more
starts
relaxed,
filming, and the cap is on the camera.
Zeitgeist is just going to put one of his little, his big, like, construct hands, just twist it off. There you go.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, I hope I didn't do that for earlier. Oh, no, I didn't. I showed you guys the footage. Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't even have to worry about the sound. Just capture us being happy, enjoy the time, maybe ask some people some questions about the fight later. Just wait till we had at least a little bit of time here.
Yeah, one second, you see she, like, goes to her bag and she gets out, like, a tripod stand and she starts setting it up and she gives you the, like, double thumbs up from the other side of the camera.
Yeah, at which point then Zeit will float back over to Spinner and be like, she's right, it's a party, come on, let's try out some new things. I've got a new power. As he just throws up his hands and then uses his little bits of illusions to, like, make fake barbed wire around his fingers, just pretending like he still has the power.
Mm-hmm. Spinner grabs the shots and is like, not before we do these, not before, and then, like, tries to put one in Zeit's hand if he wants it. If not, she will take it, and she gets her shot.
Amazing. Go ahead. If you were going to say something, Vaughn, I thought you were.
Yeah, Zeit immediately tries to get rid of the fake barbed wire in his hands as quick as possible while still making it look like how it looked in the fight, and then grab it, and then trying not to make a groan, he will take it and then just do the shot, despite the fact he did not want hard liquor with a concussion.
Mm-hmm. As you go for the shot, you watch as Taste really quickly, like, swaps it with a clear glass and takes the shot for you. Before giving you a wink.
Zeit will just nod happily at them and then be like, okay, come on, let's go enjoy the music. And he'll just, like, start trying to usher people more towards a part of the bar that's closer to the stage.
Does anyone else want an immediate thing to happen here while we're leaving Taste at the bar and moving to a broader framing?
For the moment, no.
Okay. I think you're gonna lean towards what the next question is, which is I'm gonna go up the list. So we're gonna start with Black Mirror, and we're gonna and I'm gonna give you all a chance to give us a scene that you would like to have here at the bar. So it can be with another player, it can be with an NPC, it can be solo, it can be creative. So if you have another idea or you want to introduce a new character or a new thing, we can do it that way. I have one other thing I want to make sure I write down. Make sure I don't forget that. So I want you all to think about that while we take a real quick break because my body betrays me. I'll be right back.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, this will be fun. I had prepared to do this entire like session pretending to have a concussion, and now I've had to flip the script.
I'm excited to definitely not ever say any more exactly the wrong things for the rest of the session, for sure.
But yeah, I also want to share. I totally feel you. Every straight edge person I've ever met has always introduced themselves, and I'm straight edge, so I felt it with you.
It was like I have no problem like when it's relevant or even like might be relevant, right? Because I would be the sort of anxious person that would be like, I don't want people to assume, and then I have to say it, and then it makes them think that I'm not happy with. But literally, this person would like it was like, oh my lord, it was just it was a lot. It was a lot, and it was in college, so you could imagine like it's someone doing that to kind of like mask over anxieties and stuff.
Yeah, I had slightly the opposite. My most vocal straight edge person I knew was a guy I knew in high school who we mostly hung out because we were both in the same music scene. But he was constantly like, not just I'm straight edge, I love hardcore dancing, all that stuff. I've been in 90% of the mosh pits I was in was because he dragged me into.
That rocks. What the hell? Hell yeah.
Straight edge people who do mosh pit. What the fuck? Why do you want to feel all the pain?
Just imagine like the fucking, what is it? Is it Super Smash Bros. Brawl where there's the clip of like Diddy Kong dragging Fox off?
Yep.
Yes.
Anyone need any extra time, or was I the only one whose body was betraying them?
Mine was 2, but I'm back.
Cool.
My body always betrays me, but we prevail regardless.
Yeah, I'm fine, but if everyone's back, I can take us over.
I'm all set.
Okie dokie.
I'm just checking something really quickly. I think.
Okay.
I think it's this. No, it is the previous one. Yeah. As the evening goes on, the band eventually packs up and heads off upstairs, apparently one of the various residents who stay here. And another band comes down. A little bit more ska influence in this one, and you see Flo kind of quickly change the pace, almost like grab out of the air the guitar they were playing and kind of retune it, almost like reshape it, and a different sound starts coming out. Kind of nod, different drummer starts picking up, and the music in the area change, or in the venue changes. Not the vibe or energy of the place doesn't change too much, but the tone still nonetheless kind of fitting and changing to match the new musicians here. And as with the change of music, we also see a change of positions where all our heroes would be. I'm going to start us off with Black Mirror. Do you have a scene that you would like to have here at the bar?
The best thing I can describe is this whole time, most of the encounters and stuff with her fellow like members of the team have been very prim, proper, maybe a little intimidating. She looks very awkward and out of place here. She is like not even drinking the White Russian given to her. She is nursing it. Like that's how awkward it is. Just kind of like almost like taking in all like the music and like everybody like dancing and having a good time. Like there is a quite reserved sense of like contentedness like radiating off of her. Even though she doesn't really smile much, but she seems like she's having a real good time. But boy, is she awkward.
Yeah, hell yeah. And is it just like we kind of see her here, or is there like a moment or a scene or a thing you want to happen? Because it's
If
fine
anybody
either
wants,
way.
if anybody wants to talk to her, absolutely. It was just kind of like the presenting, like opening bit I just had in mind.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. There's no wrong answer here for that.
I think I don't want to hog the stage. So if anybody else has anything that they want us to do with Black Mirror, please go before me. But if not, I have a fun idea.
Go.
All right. I think the whirlwind that is cured concussion Zeit, spinner and party animal probably like at some point like
Absolutely, yeah.
blow by Black Mirror's like little spot that she's found. And like I think I don't know if like the whole group would be like, "Oh, Black Mirror, you gotta dance with us." But I think like Spinner would probably like peel away from the group for a second and just like stop by the table and just like crash into the booth across from Black Mirror and be like, "Hey,
Hey, are you all right?
I mean I'm fine. What do you mean? Are you all right?"
Yeah. This is wonderful.
I just yeah, I mean I just want to make sure because you know you're and she points at the drink and she's like, not that you have to like down every drink that you get immediately, just you know you just kind of you know
It's like half empty. It's
it's just been a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure, you know. And you also kind of you took a couple hits out there. I think I'm not sure. I was doing suplexes, but
she like kind of like looks down at her drink for a second and says like I didn't really get hit. She kind of seems sad for a second.
That can I pierce the mask? Can I try to pierce?
Yeah,
the mask
that's the pierce the mask. Yeah, I think that makes sense there.
Time for me to roll bad. There it is.
Well, mark another potential.
Mm-hmm.
And I think. Ooh. I think I know what. I think I have a couple ideas what happens here for the nomad. I don't have the exact ones for you, so I have to take and mix a couple because it gives me other things. Give or take. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think I know what happens, but I'm. Okay, actually, I'll give you a choice here. Clary and Skelly, both of you can offer your input here and disagree or change it if you'd like, but or make your own choices. But would you prefer an interruption here to explain the failure? Would you like it to be more internal logic, Clary? In which case, I ask a couple more questions of you, or would you like it to be some sort of third external, not necessarily an interruption, but maybe an external factor or more related to Black Mirror? What are the group of you thinking?
I mean, I'm greedy, so I want something related to Black Mirror, but that's I failed my role, so I feel like I should not get what I want.
What do you think, Black Mirror? Because it's not
could-
necessarily that you would learn more about Black Mirror, but it would just like relate to Black Mirror, being like how the failure happens here.
There is like the idea of internal sounds pretty fun. Like something like going on between the two specifically.
In which case, I think Spinner, when you kind of ask that and you see their reaction here, I'm gonna give you a choice. You either inflict a condition on yourself and you can choose which it is and explain why, or You, or in this moment, you make an incorrect assumption about what it is that Black Mirror is responding to.
I think incorrect assumption makes sense.
In which case, I will continue asking, what way do you think you misread here? Because if I'm understanding correctly, you're like, oh, hey, did you not get hit? And then you're like, no, I actually didn't, and seemed guilty. And you're like, oh, hey, that's awesome. But the misread here could be like you being like, oh, you didn't. Maybe they're worried they didn't do enough, and so you kind of like, rather than try to reassure them about heat sink, you instead are like almost like supporting the not getting hit, like leaning into that side of things.
Yeah, I think I have a good idea here. If you'll
Go for it. And I mean, the whole conversation here is just until y'all really understand where you want to go with the scene. So go ahead.
Yeah, and this also lets me twist the scene a little bit so that I can get something that I will eventually need. I think Spinner sees your reaction upon her going like, hey, everything went well, you didn't get hurt, like you should be fine. And like I think you pretty plainly read like her face like deadpan for a second as she remembers instances where she got out pretty okay, but that didn't do much for her mood, let's say.
So it's like an internal thing. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Leah, you know exactly kind of the moment she flashes back to you. And I think Spinner, who you're probably noticing is a bit drunk. She's halfway through definitely her second drink. She took a shot, and she seems like she might be a little bit of a lightweight. She kind of like hunches over and she leans forward on the table and she looks at you, Black Mirror, and she goes, I'm sorry. And she's like, I mean, like, of course, like, you don't always have to, like, get hit for it to, like, it's like, I don't know, it's scary being out there. And even if, like, nothing really bad happens, like, I get it, and then she looks up and kind of like not even giving you a chance to respond, she looks up and a bit sloppy like kind of grabs one of your hands if you let her, like clasping it together like we are friends, and holds it and is like, look, not a lot of people know this, but this is not my first time doing hero stuff, so listen, I get it. And she gives you like the look that makes her like, you think that she feels like she said something so profound, and she just kind of like smiles at herself and you and like squeezes your hand and then gives you a nod and stands up and is like, if you need anything, just let me know. And she like tries to catch back up with Party Animal.
There is like a whirlwind of emotions like playing around in her head, and she's like, all right, have fun out there. She says, there is a bit of help that you did in which like her attention is shifted more to you and like a little concerned for you, but otherwise glad you're having fun. So like it did kind of like perk up her mood some, I will say. And she kind of watches you going back out there. It like kind of pulls her out of the thought process. Like just seeing.
I'm actually gonna have you, Black Mirror, roll me comfort or support.
Okay. Let's see. Back up the sheet. If there it comes, it'll load. Okay, come first. I didn't see the result.
All right. So also mark a potential here, and with a failed comfort or support, I think what happens is you're like, there's that moment of like you're almost distracted here, in a positive way, before Party Animal kind of probably unintentionally, but would kind of like reach over and kind of grab Spinner's shoulder and go, "Hey, come on, we're gonna do group shot." And looks over at you, Black Mirror. Do you not want in on? Do you not? And I think they just throw off any sort of additional connection between the two of you in this moment. Like they completely interrupt like you potentially reaching out to Black Mirror right after that and having a like giving you a chance. They absolutely just interrupt the scene.
Okay, so that sounds good.
Spinner like again like looks at like Party Animal and just goes shh, and then looks back and reaches towards Black Mirror and goes, "Keep having a great time."
Oh yeah, you keep having a great time.
She has like this like cute smile on her face while she's holding the drink close. Like, okay. There's like this like what bewilderment. Like, have you like? It almost looks like she's never seen someone drunk before.
Amazing. In which case, I'm going to move to as we see Party Animal drag Spinner away from Black Mirror to go take another round of shots at the bar. We're gonna move to Ryder. Momo, do you have a scene you want to have with Ryder here?
Oh, I need to talk to Patty. Patty.
Oh no! Of literally all the people I expected, this was not it.
Yeah.
Patty is sitting at the bar. The camera is like facing towards the group, and she'll like occasionally look over, and she's just kind of sipping at her cranberry juice. You've seen Taste come up a couple times to try to talk to her, and then walk away.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, hi.
How are you holding up?
I'm good.
Yeah. Very convincing.
I feel a little out of my depth, if I'm being honest.
Yeah? Care to elaborate?
I'm a second year film student.
Mm-hmm.
And I signed up for a practical application program. And now I'm here.
How's that going for you? How do you feel about this?
It's a great opportunity.
Don't Patty, if there's anyone even close to like grounded here, it's going to be me. You could just drop whatever this is.
Comfort or support.
Okay. I'm good at that. Yippee! Holy!
Pow!
Thank God someone's good at this.
On a hit, they hear you. You may mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. So they will open up to you, so you can do one of those. On a 10+, you also... Oh, no. So on a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels. Okay. None of those necessarily happen because they are an NPC.
Yeah.
But they will 100% open up to you. So in the case of like PCs, they have a choice to open up to you, and if they do, they get the benefits. For NPCs, if you succeed, they just open up to you. But on a 10+, you also get to either add a team or clear a condition. Your team is currently 1, so post.
Yeah, I'm going to add a team. I'm going to add a team because I
don't
have any conditions.
Yeah, bar after a fight is a good place to build your team back up.
I gotta say, I am shocked you didn't opt to give this NPC every condition by default all the time, Leah.
Oh, that is fair. That is absolutely fair. She does not occupy the other hero status though, as far as NPCs go. She occupies the bystander in danger status. So,
Oh.
she's got her own thing going right now. But she, so you add a team. She absolutely opens up to you, where she like looks down at the cranberry juice, and she looks up, and she isn't crying, but it's that like tears are welling in the eyes as there's very clearly a lot of emotion, and it's not like an intentionally she's holding back the tears. It's more like she is very clearly emotional, and maybe even she doesn't fully know how to process certain aspects of the emotion. But she looks at you. I think I saw someone die today.
Oh, did anyone die? I don't think so.
I don't know for sure, but
No, that was an out of character question.
yeah,
Yeah.
out of character. It is a little ambiguous. Some of the
Yeah.
wounds that Spinner left on the mooks in the fight,
Hmm.
it was left a little unclear. Some of them really weren't moving, and you distinctly remember her playing back the footage when Spinner requested. You distinctly remember her playing back the footage of Spinner dropping, like doing a suplex drop off a roof, and there was a crunch sound.
Grins.
And so she just kind of she gives a so that's not what I was expecting when I signed up for this.
So, are you like Z.I.T.S? I'll be real with you. I don't know anything about what's going on with you and Z.I.T or why he even needs you to be here, other than like the possibility of like big hero thing. Is that what that's for? To help promote him, I guess.
So as far as I understand, so I signed up for an internship program with an agency. The head agent there is an agent by the name of Tony. He's actually a pretty nice guy. He's fine, but when something about a very unique opportunity. The way it was explained to me was that Zeitgeist is very popular on certain like niche, but popular in those niche areas. And the way I understand this mission job assignment, I'm not sure what the term is, but whatever it is, it's meant to be it's not meant to be as public as he normally is, and Tony was really worried about Z.I.T.'s public image going down due to him not being around or like in the public eye as much, and so he came to me because I'm studying documentaries. Like I want to do documentaries on and I have a minor in super studies. So he came to me and approached me with a unique opportunity to study heroes in the field on an active assignment. So that I'm supposed to be filming him, and then he is gonna, I think he said something about hiring an editor to make like a special with the footage that I get.
Okay, and it's a special about Z.I.T.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, I kind of leans in. I'm gonna shoot for like a group thing. I know it's supposed to be about Z.I.T, but I'm trying to get footage of everyone.
Oh, there's an evil in me. Leah, there's an evil in me.
I did in my head like immediately see like Ryder's face turned like sinister.
not sinister, I don't think, because I don't think that's like anywhere
Yeah,
near
Ryder isn't
anything that
sinister.
Ryder is capable of. I don't think Holly has that within her. I think that Holly doesn't want to be in the spotlight at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still something that's very strongly to her core. I don't think that Holly is going to do anything right now, but I think this is good information to have.
Yeah, makes
I
a
think
lot of sense.
Holly is just going to kind of like just kind of continue to keep chatting it up with Patty and like get on a more comfortable level.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
I will
her.
say take influence over her.
Okay.
She will absolutely listen to you.
Yeah, I think it would be that, and then trying to get her to enjoy the party a little bit. Enjoy the fun that we are having and not just be on the side. I think it would be the motivation here.
I think what we will see is after this conversation during like one of the other people's scenes, I think in the background we would see you like kind of encouraging Patty to come up and like she's like very awkwardly, but she'll like dance on the dance floor a little bit with you. And not like, you know, specifically you two dancing, but like, you know, you encourage her up and she's just kind of like awkwardly sort of bobbing along to it.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to get all of us to mesh, so I'd probably try to bring her around the others so that we're being more sociable. Just kind of all together, I think is my goal here. One of my goals.
I think as you bring her together and you're kind of encouraging her towards the group, Party Animal sees her on the dance floor and goes, "Yo, the film students here! Let's go!" And would like rush up, and she's like, "Oh wait," and he'll pause. "Sorry, shoulders?" She'll go, "What do you mean, shoulders?" And like, whoop, and she kind of lifts her up on his shoulders, and it's just like, "Party, party," and literally just starts chanting "party."
I think that Holly is kind of like watching from the bar and just like raises her glass.
You see, she's like gripping onto his fur for a while, kind of bouncing up and down before looking over at you and waves.
I'll do the little rider salute.
Mm-hmm. And as that kind of the rider salute signs us off from that scene, I'm gonna Spinner. Do you have an extra scene?
Oh boy. Yes. I'm trying to decide what I wanted. I don't think I'm gonna go with this, so I reveal a little bit of what was in my brain. But for a moment, there was a profound evil that took hold of my heart. That very, very, very much wanted to fuck around and find out with Party Animal, only to have that situation, of course, explode incredibly terribly for both of them. But I have somebody else to check on, so I think Spinner will drunkenly stumble over to I'm gonna flip a coin because there's two characters that I'm between. She's gonna drunkenly stumble over to S.U.I.T. Where is S.U.I.T, out of curiosity?
I'll say this again. Again, Spinner has the most insight on S.U.I.T, so you will have noticed that S.U.I.T will have been, at this point, floating away from the group while Party Animal's making a scene, and had been doing so trying to not, like, get attention to himself, but the second you get near him, he immediately, like, quickly turns around. It's like, "Hey, Spinner, how you want?" As he just starts to, like, elevate his body, so he's doing that one kind of, like, way you lounge about, where you got, like, one hand, like, under your chin, while the rest of your body is just, like, completely horizontal. He's just floating in the air like that.
She just goes, come with me, come with me, come with me. And Leah, I have a question for you. Are there any like comfy spots in the bar that are like a little bit away from all the noise?
Absolutely. I think there are two corner booths, one on either side of the bar, that are very isolated. I think you found Black Mirror at one of them.
I have a question for you, which is, are there any spots that people normally wouldn't have access to that would be comfy in the bar that Spinner might know of because she knows Taste?
You would know that Taste has a like lounge room. There are two lounges actually. There's a double door. There's a set of double doors that leads to almost like a pool parlor lounge room that's really only used for when there's like an event or when it gets really like loud and popular, or if someone requests the pool table specifically. And it's kind of shut through like two double doors. So at the moment, it's currently vacated. Like it's a pretty big building, if you know this kind of like larger floor bars. But you also know that she has kind of like a personal, like it's kind of somewhere between an office and a lounge, and he tends to spend a lot of their free time there.
Okay, I think Spinner is just gonna look at Zeiss and go, follow my lead. Just trust me, just follow my lead. And goes over to Taste and goes, Taste! Zeiss wants to play pool. Can we play pool? I know we're not supposed to, but can we play just a little bit? Just for a little bit?
Just a faint smile creeps over the face. Fine, I can let you two have access to the pool room. Reaches down and you hear a clink of metal and she hands you the key. It's like one of those really simple keys. Like this would be the easiest lock in the world to pick, but it just like locks the two large sliding doors together to allow you into the pool room.
Cool. And I think Spinner is going to like look at Zeit and be like, after you, and kind of gesture to the doors so that they can make their way to somewhere maybe a little bit more quiet and chill.
And Zeit will immediately try, like, be like, he's going to be like, I don't know where I'm going. But then he's going to realize, oh, she's drunk. Okay, let's just figure this out on the fly. Okay. And he'll start just, there'll be like one of his giant hand constructs guiding you and trying to also keep your balance while he flies through looking for this, like, lounge.
You at one point you make eye contact with Taste, and Taste like points at the double doors.
He does the quick little prayer hands and just like nods at them like very thankfully.
Cool. So I think we make it through the doors, and you immediately see Spinner like straighten out a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, okay. I am definitely a little drunk, but I usually played up a little bit so I could get into this room. It's very nice. It's very cozy."
Yeah, Taste definitely doesn't know that for sure.
And then Spinner's like, "You have a concussion." Does it really not hurt at all?
Oh no, it feels terrible, but you know, like we still got a lot on our plate today. Like we don't have the like awards ceremony for the like premier heroes. We didn't need to go to that, but we still have to go meet with that one guy at like noon, and it's like 9:30.
Yeah. So why are you here, man?
You know, holds up his hands, shrugs. Camaraderie. He's obviously not his usual charismatic self right now.
She looks at you and she goes, "I don't know, quite honestly." You don't want to just look. I get it, like the face of whatever your whole brand and everything, but like that could take a break sometimes, right? Like you gotta rest. You did good shit out there today, but also you got a little fucked up, man.
I think timing wise, there's a from your phone, Zeitgeist.
He clicks the little thing on the side of his head. Speaking of
Zeitgeist, it's not a like call.
Mm-hmm.
A like little message thing bleeps up, and your meeting at the Independent Research Institute has been rescheduled to next week.
You'll see like Zeit like immediately lose like half the tension in his body while it's just hanging there, just like, oh, okay. He'll just look around until he finds like a armchair, float over there, and just completely sink into it. Where again, you're one of the only people that sees him typically sit down on a surface or even touch a surface. And he's not just collapsing into it, holding one of the beers to his head, just like, there's a lot to unpack today, but there's so much to do. Just okay. Yeah, this is fine.
A
This is fine.
follow-up buzz, a little comes again in another little thing, and it doesn't reschedule, but it does state that a field research agent will be meeting you uh, at the Vigilante House tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. Well, don't have to do anything for them. They can come in. They know what they're going into, or they've been briefed. Whatever. Okay. Just. Oh, I didn't need my powers to turn into something new already. It's hard not to control them.
Yeah, that was kind of so. It seems like a lot, man. Does that hurt?
And I'll just be like, no. As you'll watch, he pulls up the little screen that like doubles as his phone because he's like hooked it up to like that weird future device on the side of his head. And you'll watch he like makes a quick little like he unspools some like barbed wire from a like interdimensional space by his finger, and slightly just starts to make a Z. And you just watch as he takes a quick selfie, and then he just starts doing small little things like he can with the barbed wire. It's all an illusion. If you touched it, you would see that it's actually not happening. But this is what he typically does. And he's just like, well, I mean, if we're gonna be dealing with Ash, it's good to have new powers. It's just that like, usually I just reach out into the ether. And one of my powers comes to me, which is what the basis of how he's explained his powers to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to people just thrusting a power onto me. That can only go, well, that could be good, that could be bad. There's testing we do with this, I think. Maybe, I don't know. They got me back up to like 6 drinks in. The beers are mostly here just for the cold. Oh.
Yeah, maybe let's not play around with the new power while we're concussing a little bit, you know.
You'll watch he just like makes a quick post to social media with the picture of the like Z and the barbed wire. It just says still out there as he starts flipping through other social media, but now he's like also focusing on you. He's just like, yeah, no, you're fine. Just I'll be back out there too. Calmly socialize. Just give me like 30 minutes to do all this, and then I'll be done. I'll be fine.
I think okay, so I think Spinner's gonna go. You don't have to come back out there. I got you this room so that you can stay here for as long as you need to. And I think on that, Spinner's going to try and pierce the mask.
Yeah, fair enough. I was gonna say that, or you can comfort or support, but
I cannot comfort or support anyone.
Oh yeah, you can't. And when you would, I would say
It
because
would
it's a
be very
choice.
bad.
Yeah, this makes sense.
I thought about it to clear angry, but I am not going to do that.
I would
Fair
want to
enough.
ask, just for the sake of this, because of how this is going, would the two conditions that I have also affect this, because they're guilty and insecure?
What do they have? Or what are their things around them?
Okay, insecure is I have a -2 to defend, and a -2 to reject what other characters say. And I
Got
also
it.
for guilty it's a -2 to provoke someone and a -2 to assess the situation.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. I totally forgot. I have influence over Zeit.
Yeah.
So can I just use the influence to like
Oh, you want to spend influence? Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I want to so none of us have ever spent influence before, so I'm curious how this works exactly.
So, technically, influence is with how it generally functions is when you have influence over someone, you take a +1 to all moves targeting them. So it would automatically be a 5 already.
Okay.
You can, in addition, when you take advantage of your influence over someone, you lose the influence, but you can take an additional, and it does say an additional +1 on a move targeting them. I actually think it should be, because it is normally give them a -2 on a move, or you should be able to take an additional +2. And because I think using influence should counteract the equivalent of a condition. So if you spend your influence, it's a 5 now. If you spend your influence, it's a 7, and you lose influence over Zeit.
I 100% am doing that.
Okay, you still mark the potential because that's how misses work in this game.
Okay.
But when someone with influence tells you who you are or how the world works, you accept what they say or reject their influence. So, in this moment, what are you trying to tell Zeit, or what are you trying to convince Zeit of or to do?
If Zeit is not rejecting the influence, I am going to take advantage of the influence to ask the question under Pierce the Mask. How can I get your character to fucking relax?
Okay, do you accept or reject their influence here?
Oh,
Zeitgeist.
I would say reject because for stuff that we
Okay,
established
okay.
behind
Oh,
scenes.
it's
Yep.
not. It's not flat. If you
Oh, yeah.
it's not just
Oh,
you
yeah.
decide you reject.
know.
It's actually a roll. So because you are currently insecure, I am gonna need you to roll a reject someone's influence check. So it is a but on a when you reject someone's it's just a flat roll and you have a -2 because of insecure.
Okay.
Oh dear. All right, so the way this works, on a 10 plus, you choose 2. On a miss, their words hit you hard. You mark a condition, I adjust your labels, and you don't have to necessarily open up and answer the question, but uh, there are further consequences if you don't, and or it continues to exacerbate things if you don't.
All right.
But regardless, and what do you say to get them to open up here? Like, how do you use your influence in this moment? Like, because it's got to be like something that you know about Zeitgeist, or interacting with like your familiarity with each other in some way. That in some way it affects that. Zeitgeist for you, I'm actually going to increase your mundane by 1 and decrease your superior by 1.
Oof.
Spinner's gonna grab a chair and pull it up like not like directly across from you, because I think that's like a little bit too like terse for her style, but it's gonna be like kind of adjacent to you, and she's gonna like set her drink down and she's gonna look over and she's gonna be like, you know, we've been like doing this whole thing, at least us two, like together in proximity for like what, half a year. I don't think I've ever seen you, like, chill during those 6 months. That's a long time, man. Like, you just, I don't know, you're always doing something, and, like, doing things are good, but that's, like, I don't know. We did a good thing today. You took a pretty bad beat. I don't know. I just want to make sure, like, like what can I do to help you, you know, take a load off?
I'd say Zeit like sinks deeper into the seat. Like you'll watch as like his glasses actually just disapparate as if they weren't actually real to begin with, and he just kind of looks at you and just be like, "Someone always needs a hero. There's never anyone always on call, but I can't just go out anymore and just do that. So, oh, it's been so long since I had time for just possibly even a stream. Oh, okay, Spinner, can I just be real with you for at least 1 second on part of this? As he's now just like massaging his temples.
She just kind of shrugs and she's like, listen, man, you're the only one I'm ever like even a little bit real with, so hit me.
My powers don't work the way you or anyone else thinks they do. In fact, only like 4 people know.
She kind of makes a face and she's like, oh, okay, that kind of letting me know something. That's okay. I just didn't. Holy shit.
So, you know how everyone in here in this timeline, they get powers from, like, belief in some weird magical force or something? I didn't look it up when I got here.
I didn't look it up when I got here either, so, like, I don't know, sure.
My powers work like that, but on a different level. You know how I start calling myself the Mimetic Man?
Sure, yeah. It's a cool name.
is because my powers are meme based, and no, not that meme. As he just like gestures, as I want to say, is like his jacket picks up on the immediate use of the word meme, and some recent meme just pops up on his thing from like Spinner's head.
It's probably just like the very apt. It's probably just like the little creature that gets like tomatoes thrown at it. Oh shit!
I'm whatever.
Wait, that's cool.
No. Listen, I'm the hero anyone needs me to be at any time. That's because I have whatever powers I can convince people to believe in.
Huh. Spinner just kind of looks at you, and Spinner's like, so is it like number of people, or is it like how hard someone believes it?
As far as I can tell, this thing didn't come with instructions when my uncle made it and then died. Whatever. As far as I can tell, it taps into something called the collective unconsciousness. And so, with the multitude of people around me within a certain, I don't know, like 10, 15 mile radius believe I can do. But seeing is believing. So I gotta keep going out there and making sure everyone sees I can do things. Like, remember when I told you about that healing factor from a bunch of people, but I couldn't even start healing until I said, this is gonna be incredibly painful!
Yeah.
I want to say, like, during that exact moment, you just watch as he, like, sits up straight, eyes dilate, like, as you remember, and concussions dealt with.
Why did you say it'd be incredibly painful, though? You could just said you had a healing factor and you'd be fine soon, right?
People more empathize with pain. They believe more in pain.
You're a little bit of a masochist. She makes like a kind of face that's like clearly trying to break the tension. Like she's taking it seriously, but also not taking it seriously.
So you watch as he like slightly lifts off the chair and swings upside down, still making eye contact. I guess that's what they figured out because they paired me with you.
Yeah, fuck you. No, this is great. That's crazy though. This is really interesting. There's got to be some science behind, and like I think you see a side of Spinner start to come out that has like very, 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 very rarely come out around you or anyone else, where she kind of starts like geeking out a little bit. And she's like, this is great. Like, there's got to be some kind of like, it's a philosophical question a little bit, but like translated into science where like exactly how strong of one person's belief is equal to a number of people believing, right? Like if if a kid believes something really strong because someone important told them that, is that equal to like 30 people only kind of believing it? Like what's the factor? What's the scale there? Like how do you measure that? And she just kind of like keeps rambling about it for like a solid like minute or two before she stops and goes, huh. Yeah, it's probably pretty stressful though.
You'll watch as in the entire time it took you hyper focusing. He's gone through like 6 different of her social media accounts that had taken pictures of our fight and just been retweeting them. Specifically ones that show him using the barbed wire.
She goes,
hey, one of the things that you can get in as an advancement is other moves. So I would not be surprised when that happens for you.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, a lot of stuff is starting to make a lot more sense now.
Yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. Listen, like I said when this started, I don't really see how far this thing will go. I think the fact that those interdimensional guys are chasing after us, he points it between the two of us specifically, this is only going to go bad for everyone else, but unless we can find a better plan than just going over to the stadium and announcing where we are and taking as many down as we can with us, I don't got anything better.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was thinking about that. That's something for us to think about when I'm not... And she looks at her drink and kind of makes a like confused face. I don't know, like 4 drinks in.
Yeah, you should stop. You're only like 130 pounds. I don't think that any more is going to go through you well.
I will not tell you how much it is, but it's definitely not that little. And she like kind of gives you a little smirk, and then goes, I think you're wrong.
Actually, that's such a good moment to pause really quickly. Do y'all want to continue this scene, or do you want an interruption?
I think that's a perfect moment for an interruption.
Yeah,
Oh, I think
right?
that's a perfect moment for an interruption. I think. Oh no, Spinner was about to open up. No.
Yup. I think you're wrong. And then Zeit, really quickly for you, because you did have this scene, but I did not ask you specifically. Is there a framing scene you want for this before a thing happens?
I would say like one of the things that Zeit was also doing while Spinner was hyper focusing is he went through a delivery app, and he specifically paid for a bottle of whiskey and a bottle of Tylenol, and he had sent to the vigilante. He had sent to the Vigilante House, and the delivery instructions are two two heat index. Sorry about this morning.
Heat sink.
Yeah, heat sink. Sorry.
Wait, you were
But yeah.
mixing up wave index. Hi,
Yeah.
guys.
But yeah, he sends to the message is delivered to heatsink, and the like other tagline is that sorry about this morning, and just sends that off to get like ordered and delivered to the Vigilante House while everyone's here.
Without any roll, take influence over heatsink.
Okie dokie.
But I think as we hear Spinner go, I think you're wrong, right? That was what you said?
Mm-hmm.
That is what I said.
There's a thudding sound, but not like, a crash or anything like that. It is very clearly the door opening swiftly and then slamming shut behind, and someone moving very quickly through the other main room. To the point where like it is next to you. It's like the room that you guys, and it is loud to the point of. Not only is it loud to the point of both of you noticing despite being in another room, but the music actually cuts. And you kind of faintly muffled hear, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And for those of you in the other room, what you see is, and let me throw this. I think this is good music on. Is while you all are just partying, hanging, relaxing, spending time in the spending a good old time in the main room of this bar, the door flings open, and a very clearly like a street kid. They got torn jeans. They've got a what's like a white shirt, but it's covered in splotches of paint, and it seems like at one point they like stretched it out and were doing like spray paint tests on it to like test colors. And so there's just like a whole bunch of like little circles on one side, and there's like a bunch of hand wipes on the other side. It's very clearly like a painter's shirt of some kind. And they have a like thick bloody lip, and they're breathing really heavy. There's sweat stains down the side, and they just kind of slam the door behind them. They're young. They're not like really young, but they're like maybe 18. And you actually hear the reason why the music stops is the guitar stops, and because Flo stops, the other two musicians kind of look over at Flo, and Flo go, "Trey, are you okay?" And Taste hops over the bar and kind of runs up to who was just introduced as Trey. Honey, you got a cut on you. Where did you get this? What were you doing? And Trey goes, "I swear I wasn't doing nothing. There was some guy, and Taste just gives them a very, very stern look. They breathe out. I tagged the side of the Sharks building. You fucking idiot," Taste says, and then you see Flo just kind of, "Oh gods." And there's
punishments will begin in 5, 4, 3.
As a bunch of bikes pull into the front, into the front of the bar, outside the bar. What do you all do?
Oh, that sounds bad.
I think me and Spitter
okay.
rush into the room, not knowing what the sound was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would rush into the room and you would see like Taste kind of, they go from cupping Trey's like face and kind of like looking at the wound to grabbing their shoulders and pushing Trey behind them and kind of standing forward. And from outside you hear a, well, Taste, looks like you've got more than one little miscreant in your sanctuary. Listen, we'll make this easy. We've had a long-standing deal where you don't cause trouble in our neck of the woods, and we won't do nothing to you. But I heard Flo's music coming out of there, and we saw Trey run in. If you send those two out, we won't do anything to your bar. And you see Taste just kind of run their hand through their hair, and it goes from red to a stark white color. Okay. Trey goes, I can just... No. Listen, hun. You go upstairs. You lock the door. We'll take care of this.
I think Holly would wander. Sure.
What does Holly do?
Wander over to see how Taste is doing, or at least walk up to Taste for sure.
Taste is kind of, they have the hand, like head in hand a little bit, and they're kind of like looking up a little bit. And they hear you approach. She looks over at you. Ryder, this is wash business. I don't necessarily think you all need to pick a fight with the sharks.
Do you need a hand? Not to doubt your abilities, of course. I'm sure that you can probably absolutely fend for yourself, but do you need a hand?
Looks across the group, everyone in here, a little tipsy, and they kind of let out a low sort of half whistling sound, like a. And I'm gonna ask you to. I'll give you a choice here. You may either comfort or support or assess the situation.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll comfort and support. I'm mom of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hit.
That's a hit. So with a comfort or support hit, you get. They hear you, so they will open up to you. The other things don't matter for them, and there's no additional things on a 10+. So they kind of lean down, and he sucks through the teeth a little bit after she lets out the low whistle, and then looks across the group. I'm not gonna ask you to help, but if the question you're asking is, do we need help? I won't lie. We could use some.
I think
Cliche as their name may be from a West Side Story, they're loan sharks, and they've got a few heavy hitters in them.
Holly will kind of look back at Black Mirror.
Black Mirror was like watching the scene intently,
Mhm.
and would set down her drink, which is probably only 2/3 drunk at this point, and would probably head over toward you two. Like, I can attempt to assist as best I can, anyway.
Don't doubt yourself.
As you stand up, Black Mirror, and you walk over and you say that, Taste would turn and go, Trey, upstairs, lock the door. And all of you kind of turn to where they yell at Trey, and Trey is just jaw agape, staring at Black Mirror.
You got a fan.
she would kind of like turn, like look up at them for a second. Kind of like just like a stoic expression, no real like approval, disapproval, just kind of like taking a look at them and noticing their shirt.
Trey, what did I say? Upstairs that, and he just kind of nods, doesn't really stop looking at Black Mirror, but rushes up the stairs.
Hey, were you gonna say something?
I was. Question for the DM: how much of the like overall situation going on did Spinner and Zyke catch?
The only thing y'all missed was the initial like Trey coming in the room, and then the two of you opened the door and you've caught just about everything else.
Sounds good.
I would also ask one other question. Since me and Spinner, the two have spent the most time in the wash, like as heroes, how much would we know about the sharks?
You would know it. I think without any rolls, the two of you would know a decent amount. They tend to operate further within the wash than y'all, so not super close to the city.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys aren't too far away from the capitalist militant zone, which they operate primarily in. They're one of the main financial like backing sources, or at least like enforcement groups within the capitalist militant zone, and picking a fight with them more than just like a little turf war could have far-reaching consequences. But you're also not officially on a vigilante work is not official Suits work. You wouldn't necessarily be hurting Suits' relationship. This is a decision you all have to make for yourselves.
Spinner looks at Holly, and gives a smile and says, "Are we doing what I think we're gonna do?"
I mean, doing the hero shit means doing it whenever you need it, There's no resting.
And Spinner breaks out into a beam, her grin like cheek to cheek, and she stretches and she like you can see her like rifle through her brain for a second, and then she notices you noticing that and goes, "Oh, sorry, I was trying to pick a good lie. Good thing this hero shit stops at the door," and then she bamfs and is on top of the building, looking at all the sharks and just goes, "Hey, fuckheads!"
I think we follow you, poof, poof, bamfing on top of the building, and we get like a zooming out, facing your back, looking out over the sharks, and we just hear the "Hey, fuckheads!" and they all turn up to you. And unless anyone has that one last little moment, we're gonna call it there.
I would say Zyke, again, also knowing that these are capitalists, joins Spinner almost immediately with less thought than usual. He just flies up next to him and just goes, "Have you guys ever heard about a sunk cost fallacy?"
So we see there's a whoop, whoop, and we kind of see, rather than just Spinner, it's Spinner and Zyke kind of floating and then standing on top of the roof as the camera's slowly zooming out. And you hear the "Hey, fuckheads!" And then like Zyke kind of with the crossed arms. Ever heard of a sunk cost fallacy? And that's where we cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
I recently watched Shang-Chi with Molly, and I've picked up a very good strategy for Spinner to use mid-fight that I'm very excited for.
Great scenes, all of you. I appreciate you all so much as players. But before I forget, let's do our end of session wrap up. So we'll start top down. Zeitgeist, closer to the team. Image of self, away from the team.
I would say at this point, at least with Spinner specifically, grew closer to the team, especially since he had to try to like ignite people's social battery and then also pawn them off on the party animal when he was trying to at least sneak away.
All right. You explain who made you feel welcome.
So
Spinner, you regain influence over Zeitgeist. And Zeitgeist, you may either clear condition or mark potential.
I will go against type and instead clear condition because as much as I would love to level, Hopeless is terrible for a fight.
Yeah, Hopeless is really bad for a fight.
So yeah, I've cleared that condition.
You got it. Moving next. A lovely Clary Spinner.
I have a couple questions for you. The first is, given that Spinner's pretty drunk right now, would that count for, flinging myself into easy relief?
Okay. Let me see something really quick. There might be one I think it counts a little bit more as. So let me see if you have see, I feel like this is... Oh, no, but you did talk to your team. Fling yourself into easy relief. You know what? I will say you have, in general, over the course of this, like with the drinking and with the getting ready for a fight, you have flung yourself into easy relief. I'll say yes.
Woohoo! Okay, cool. In terms of my end of session, it's hard because I definitely think she grew closer to the team, but I don't actually know who made me feel welcome. I think it'd be Zeit. I think it'd be Zeit. Opening up to her and kind of giving her that little bit is that little crunchy bit of this is how my powers actually work. I think did make her feel more welcome on the team, whether or not she's willing to admit it.
Zeitgeist, you don't gain influence, but Zeitgeist, I will let you shift labels once.
Alrighty, then I will undo the shift that you gave me because my powers work on Superior and I'm going to want that for the fight.
Yeah. Are you also going to be lowering your mundane again still?
Yeah. There we go. Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
And I will choose to mark potential rather than clearing a condition, which will give me an advancement.
Alrighty, you got it. We're going to move to Momo. Our rider, did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I think grew closer, for sure.
Yeah.
That is kind of the theme of this episode, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Who made you feel welcome? If no one made you feel,
I think it'd be
no
Spinner.
One...
I feel like I feel like cracking the egg a little bit on Spinner, on like trying to peer into what's beneath.
No, that makes a lot of sense actually with the couple interactions that y'all had. I'm in that case, Spinner. You also gain influence over Ryder.
And I already have influence over Ryder.
If you gain influence and you would already gain, if you have influence and you would already gain influence, it allows you to shift your labels once.
Fantastic, I will be doing that.
So one label up, one down. And Ryder, you get to clear condition or mark potential.
Yeah, I will mark potential because I don't have any condition.
And what about Black Mirror?
It definitely grew into part of the team.
Yeah, theme of the episode. In which case, who made you feel welcome?
It would have to be Spinner.
Yeah,
coming over and checking in for the fun
Spinner,
scene.
heart of the team right here today.
It makes it all the better when I am going to absolutely say some horrible, heartless, terrible shit to all of you in later sessions.
It's going to be very interesting.
For sure.
In that case, Spinner, you gain influence over Black Mirror, and then Black Mirror, you may either clear condition or mark potential.
I'm going to clear angry. I don't think she's angry anymore. I think the guilty remains.
Makes sense. And that is where we're going to wrap the session for everyone.
Woohoo!
Heck yeah.
Yee. But yeah, no, that was a great time.
That was exactly what needed to happen for this session. Thank you all so much for being here.
I'll find someone for us to rate it. We want to start with the D introductions.
I can go first.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Hey there, I'm Molly or Momo, otherwise known as Holly or Ryder in this lovely game with my friends. You can find me on Blue Sky at Retrospectacles. I draw stuff, and yeah, check me out if you like. I'm going to pass it over to our lovely DM.
Hi, I'm Leah, aka Amusing Pelia. You can find me here on Sundays doing this. You can find me on my channel Monday and Thursdays doing other Suits things, as well as some funky, general just gaming stuff. Right now we're doing some Nier, but also some other things. Just depends on how we're feeling on the day. Other than that, you can find me at Distortion Devil on Fridays doing Cosmodor's Guide to the Cosmos, and every other Tuesday on this channel some more for some Paper Mario stuff. I am very thankful to all the people that are allowing me to be part of these things, and I'm gonna, speaking of the Paper Mario game, I'm gonna pass this to Skelly.
So, how's it going, everybody? I'm Scaly Alpha. You can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky under the same names. For sure, the first session of the new Paper Mario D&D campaign will be here on Burnout Vaughn's channel on Tuesday, where we get to introduce a new cast of goobers. It'll be a great time. I have some very fun things in store. Other than that, on Thursday, I'll be palling around with my friend Hat, and we're going to be sailing on the seas playing Sea of Thieves together, coming back after a long time to experience the new content and everything, now that I have a working controller. And we'll be hanging out with pal Ari, doing some art and getting some stuff done. Other than that, expect a lot more D&D prep and art trade streams in the near future. And that's really it for me. I will swoons it on over to Clary.
Holy shit. Oh my god, it's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Punky. I've also been Spinner, who was so nice today. Well, for the most part. I think Cold Open probably wouldn't agree, but... on Sundays, every other Sunday, I am here, and I am Spinner. On Saturdays, every other Saturday, I am at Tixel's channel, playing Biblioteca, a extremely anxious and nervous little kobold, who sometimes gets angry. On Tuesdays, starting this Tuesday, like Skelly said, I'm going to be on this channel again, playing a new character in the Paper Mario campaign. On Wednesdays, I'm going to be part of the Barotrauma crew. We're going to be doing some fun sub stuff as I try not to blow people up with pomegranates. And where else am I? On Mondays, sometimes I'm on Thali's channel when we do Nier and other things. You can find me on my Twitch channel. I don't stream there just yet, but I will soon. That is twitch.tv/punky_o_o. And if you'd like to stay up to date on me reposting Yuri or memes or just talking about cool shit like comics, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Punky, PUN-KI. Drink more water, break more rules, read more comics, and it's off to you, Vaughn.
Why, thank you. Hi, I'm Vaughn. You've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Burnout Vaughn. Today I've been Zeitgeist. And yeah, a lot of what's already happening has been said, but yeah, looking forward to Tuesday when we start the Cosmic Caper Series 2, which will be a lot of fun. Then following that, this Saturday, we should have our return to Baldur's Gate 3 as our Strixhaven students play back through it. And you know, we may have been killed by a hag, but we got better. So yeah, look forward to that. And then following that, unless I hear otherwise, we should also have a return to Those Who Wander, where we had the fallout of surviving our first boss battle. Oh, we got fucked up. That'll be fun to do. But with that out of the way, I see a friend of the channel and someone who always supports as many streams as they can, so I think it's a good time to raid them since I haven't done it in a while. We're gonna raid one Baral Kaiser. Dude.
Oh, heck yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. What should our raid message be?
Here's the mask.
I was thinking it, yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Let's
Well,
go.
thank
That
you all
sounds
for
good.
coming out. We will see you again in 2 weeks' time for yet another like a fight. So yeah. Thank you. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye 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 bye.
Bye.